things have kind of like moved on, and I've gone now into this much more semi-professional corporate kind of look, because like if you go, if you work from home, things got to look okay. So I have this here because my physiotherapist told me it's good for my back and posture for me to sit on the gym ball, so I will look after my health in that respect. So I can have the keyboard up there, I can slide that out here, then get out my cards and I do my spreads down there when working on the telephone or when dealing with like the internet chat and all the rest of that. Kind of like looks much smarter. We've got new carpet fitted here. Everything's looking much more clean and much more bright, so that when I'm working and doing my professional tarot readings for you people, everything gets a lot easier and a lot nicer. I got my sets of rune stones in here. They're actually made of leather, these ones, so they got a much nicer hand feel when you're handling them and using them. All the tarot packs I require for the most part up there. Kept a couple more down there, and there's another one over there. And I'm probably going to fill up that area and that area with the spare cards. And all of my administrative bullshit goes in there and there, and of course down there. Of course I've got a bandage on that because I've used that for my bioelectric devices, which I use for alternative health purposes. It holds the electrodes onto the wrist or onto the ankle, depending upon which method I'm using. Charger for the camera battery, and of course, yet more cards to play around with yet again. As I said, I was really disturbed by this deck when I first got it, but now I really see it's like an amazing, very powerfully charged deck in terms of its imagery, in terms of style. So I'm liking it much more actually. Okay, and of course, trusty workhorse telephone is there, and you can't be on the internet without having 3D glasses. Okay, you just can't do that. If you're on the internet and you haven't got some kind of 3D anaglyphic glasses for you to play around with, then you're not properly on the internet. That's my opinion. Alright, so this is me set up all like proper and corporate like, and the way in which I'm doing things right here and right now. Still working for the same 3 companies as before. Got my dowsing pendulum out there for when that's required. I don't quite know whether I'm going to revamp or revitalize the way in which I'm working at the moment, but there is some thoughts about that as I carry on with the process of living my life. Still my favourite tarot pack of all time, Oswald Worth. Connects very highly with a lot of the stuff I learned in my early days, and that's basically where I got a lot of my spiritual understanding and the rest of that from, associated with the discipline of tarot. Up here, Celtic Tarot, Prediction Tarot, and Merlin Tarot. Okay, a couple of the key books. Now, if you're someone who's interested in tarot and you haven't yet got The Wisdom of the Tarot by Elizabeth H, this is a good one. Okay, not necessarily for divination, but much more to do with the other meanings. All right, the other important meanings of what the cards are all about. So, look into that if you can. If you can find time, find the ability. Whoops, I just knocked my cards over. There we go. That just shows you how unrehearsed this video is today. Just move some stuff around. So it won't look quite so nice, but on the other hand, it'll be a little bit safer and better. There we go. Well, that's live TV for you. Okay. So, some people really struggle with me because they see me do a reading in a fair or a party or a gig or something, and I'm sitting there and I've got my table is laid out and I've got candles and the rest of that, and it's all pumpkin with a jack-o'-lantern with a candle in it, and I'm doing my readings for people, and then some person says, "Isn't that great? What do you actually do for a living?" Okay, well, why don't you make an educated guess? Okay, why don't you actually just every day, 6 days a week I'm doing this stuff now, or more, because I also do my Sunday afternoons periodically, depending upon what's happening in my life and the kind of sequence of life events. These cards are well worn because they're the main ones. That has a different meaning to myself. If I want to go totally fresh, then inside there, that's got the brand new, or the much newer, good-looking Book of Thoth Tarot. So I'm quite looking forward to doing more videos and doing more work, possibly from this, this area, this environment, when it comes to video creation, Or maybe I will set up something new, I don't know. The future is the undiscovered country. I could do a reading to decide what I'm going to decide in the future, but on the other hand, I'll decide what I decide in the future when the time comes. And I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.